Hi everyone, this is Sovereign Key Lauda at Leon. What I wanted to discuss today in a synopsis is that I am feeling like in the next few weeks they're going to be setting up the platform to start letting people know that the economy is doing really badly. They've set this up from the beginning. I also think it's buying time because I think that they know that a catastrophe is incoming. But this entire setup seems to be, for lack of a better way of putting it, killing more birds with one stone type of thing. So they're using it for their advantage to basically do everything that they want to do. So they know that they've collapsed the economy. They absolutely know that there's no coming back from this as it is right now. We're looking at, just walking around where I live, I can see approximately 50%, 40% of the businesses, small businesses, and even large businesses really are shut down because they couldn't survive this. So this is huge, massive. We also have a lot of people that don't want to return back to work because they're making more money from the government, and the government's just printing money. But the thing is, we all know that there's no money because nothing's backing it up. It's literally just paper. So I'm not so worried about the fact that people don't want to go to or return back to work because they don't want to make minimum wage, which is like $8, $9, $10 an hour. In some places, 13, because nobody can survive on that. That's just, that's slave wages. So they're going to be starting to make announcements saying that the economy isn't doing really well, and they're just hoping that business is going to pick up. It's all going to be a smoke screen again, because in a few weeks, come the beginning of fall, most likely they'll be making an announcement that, well, there's a huge recession. Money isn't what it was worth. It's even less, backed up by nothing because of all of this. And of course, this is all on purpose. And they know exactly what they're doing. So they know that that's going to cause riots. They know that that's going to cause a complete, absolute state of emergency in a lot of people, because we're already seeing that half of society is shut down, and this is just at this point. And of course, they're already going on about the second wave of this this con video, yeah. I'm just going to call it con video. It's a video, right? So that's what they're playing. And so far, it's actually the con part of it all. So what do we do? And what's going to go on? And how is this playing out? There's a lot going on. And there's a lot that's going to be happening, and this is just the beginning of it. So we're looking at different things playing out in different parts of the world, depending on the jurisdiction, principality, and the placement of the agenda as per what that zone is. And as I've said, Australia is the helm of the beast. So the helm of the beast is where a lot of the martial law is going to be enacted first and foremost, like full on, in terms of a lot of control systems, and of course the US as well. We're going to be seeing potentially, this is all engineering. It's controlled chaos, if you will, a controlled, calculated strategy for chaos. So this is likened to creating a Stockholm syndrome and creating in people a tolerance for increased levels of control and totalitarianism, which is the design. This is absolutely, completely, 100% staged. Every part of this is staged. Are they buying time? For sure, they're buying time. Is there, you know, an impending catastrophe that's on the horizon? Yes, absolutely. And of course, I was shown all this when I was young. It's really just a matter of time before one of the larger scale catastrophes happen, in which case the East Coast is actually what's equipped with the most amount of camps that are already manned, that are already functional, operational, and essentially waiting. They have everything already ready. So on the West Coast, we don't really have that. Not too much of that. On the East Coast, it's littered with nuclear facilities. Well, it's not an accident when they put nuclear facilities in certain designated areas. And if anybody does the research, most of them, like Fukushima, is on fault lines. Not exactly smart. And if, you know, the people that are actually building these places, of course they know. Yeah. So this is an indicator, and not only that, but the elementals have been indicating the instability of the weather. And what we've been seeing on the West Coast has never, like, I've never seen it in all my life that I've lived here. I've never seen the weather the way it's been. And the elementals just completely, to this degree, off. It's mid-July. We really haven't even begun with the summer. Just the day before yesterday, it was 12 degrees Celsius. That's what, winter. Mostly gray, like the sky is completely thick, an unnatural overcovering with so many clouds that it's not even I don't see it as a natural system. So we are seeing an extreme amount of manipulation here, and it's either to hide what they don't want anybody seeing, and it's also probably has, I feel it, in part to do with an actual event that's about to occur at some point in the next few months. And potentially by the fall, potentially by, yeah, the late fall. So George is going to be giving some decodes on all of that. And that will be coming very soon. Just you're going to want to know that information. So where are we at right now? Where are we at with this con video that we have going on? Well, it's definitely a staged crashing of the economy. It's a staged crashing of the food systems. It's the desired engineering of chaos, civil war, most likely. I saw a lot of civil war breaking out on the West and on the East Coast. I saw a lot of, yeah, a lot of war, actually. And I mean, I also saw the nuclear missile that was going to hit the East Coast as well. And most likely, you know, from a Asian territory, an Asian alliance territory. So not Russia. And China, well, I saw China coming into it, but not at this juncture. So this is just part of the engineering and terraforming of this whole story and narrative and video that is being simulated. So what I recommend is that, you know, and I feel compelled to just really say that people should start really collecting food supplies and just storing the necessary things, because in this the games that are being played in this engineering, I'm pretty sure that they're also going to intend on doing blackouts in certain sections, subsections of the population, and that'll be off and on, and some parts will be electrical, some parts will be the entire grid. You know, I just think that they're going to start playing that card at some point in this schema of things. So, you know, the more that you're equipped, solar generator, water filtering systems, basically whatever it is that you require, you know, dehydrated foods, well, you know, just whatever you need to get. You can do the research on that. It's probably highly recommended, because yeah, I think it is a waiting game, and I think they're using it to their advantage so that they can carry on a large part of their agenda that they've been actually working on for a couple thousand years. Yeah, and that they've really escalated. So the smarter that we are in terms of preparation, just the better it is. Obviously, you don't want to be in the position where you're going to be dependent on what the government's going to be offering, because that's going to be a snare, a deeper level snare. And if anything, we need to be off the radar. That is for sure. The other thing is that there is also, it is also time for those that have been holding and withholding the money that actually belongs to the children of Eden to release it. And it's been ridiculous that they've been holding on to it this long. This is absolutely outrageous, and poverty does not have to exist. None of these things have to exist, and they don't. It's been caused purposefully. They have created it purposefully to keep everything in control and in their favor and in their power, and in this way limit the potential, the meta ability and the meta potential of everyone. And those funds have to be released as per the law. So those of you who are holding this back, release them. This is not a fair chess game to anybody that is stuck outside of the control systems. And it is time for the funds that belong to the children of Eden to return to the children of Eden, and to get rid of poverty, suffering, unnecessary diseases and illnesses that are literally brought on purpose and engineered. For that hidden hand agenda that is not humane. I don't care what subsection of the hidden hands think it is. It isn't. It is not a fair playing game from the beginning. It's a farm. So, to those that are holding and withholding the funds that belong rightly to the children of Eden, those must be released. There is a higher hand in this all. and justice is coming swiftly, and judgment. So ultimately, however, the game has been rigged with the rules of revealing what the plots have been all along, whether through movies, cartoons, bubblegum. It is a rigged, unfair game. And I'm here to announce that those control systems and controllers and those that have been enacting and engineering all of this, all of the hidden hands, all of the so-called illuminated families, all of the covens, all of the architects, all of the beings involved in the principalities of the air and the kingships from the Sumerian seals and the Babylonians and the Anunnaki, all of it. You are all being brought forth for judgment, and karma will not be escaped, nor your judgment, and nor what is to happen, because as I've said, this is not and never has been a fair game. So the children of Eden require the chance that they were never given. Poverty must be abolished. The diseases, withholding of all the technology and the true science and the quantum science to aid people for cures, to restore the editing that has gone on genetically, to restore terra, that must be brought forth now. As I said, there's a higher hand here. And there's no power. There's no principality. There's no astral realm. There's no density or dimension in existence that can even compare to the hand and the fingertip of my Father. Of our Father and our Mother, of prime creation, prime original fire creation. So the reckoning is coming to you all. Release the funds that rightfully belong to the children of Terra, of the children of Eden. Release the quantum technologies, the cures, the repairing of the editing that has happened genetically, repair Terra's fauna and everything that grows on her. Enough with this absolute genocide programming. Enough with the eugenics and the absolute manipulation of everything. This is your opportunity to restore what is rightfully Terra's and the children of Eden, the children of Terra. You have all been warned. So with regards to what I recommend is that we all do what we have to do in due diligence and not leave ourselves in a position of weakness, because we do not want to be reliant on what the government offers. And we want to continue creating community, voice that you know what's going on. Don't accept this ridiculousness that we have going on right now. Do not accept it. You can do so diplomatically. There's no requirement. I'm not saying, you know, we have to behave in any way, shape, or form not respectful. We can do that, absolutely. And in fact, if we do it like that, that's actually better. And this is the living simulation. So much more is coming, because this is just the beginning. Compression is going to continue to happen. The energies are going to become much more dense. It's going to continue to be challenging as we go through this. So let us try and create the community that we need so desperately, and let us connect with one another and support one another and be there for one another, because no one should be going through this alone. There's many people that do not have family or friends where they are, and they are going through this alone. And we need to be able to reach out for those that need it. Create family together. That is so needed. So needed. So that is my message for today. I wanted everyone to be aware of the up and coming few weeks as they make announcements about how the economy is not doing so well, and then inflation is going to start hitting, going to be what they require to create their totalitarian united world front. So we really need to unite. We really need to start working together if possible. So wherever you are, network, try and find people that you can start creating connection with. And I know it's really hard right now, but there's not really a lot of option. They want everybody to be hooked into their computers also, because I believe that they're going to be using their Project Blue beam technology worldwide for the next level, for the next phase. And for that to really, you know, have the effect that they want people rigged into AI as much as possible, so your brain starts responding and reacting to the visuals and the sensations of this in a way that's very normal, so that by the time you see the phenomenon out there, your brain will simulate that it's real. This is also one of the reasons why I think that they're, you know, prolonging this as long as they are, because everyone's, you know, hooked into their computers. So yeah, I mean, this is a multi-layered operation they have going on, like I've said from the beginning, and I do think that they are waiting The elementals are unstable right now on the West Coast completely, and it hasn't stabilized at all. So I think we have some surprises around the corner coming. The things that I've been shown that are going to come later, actually. So at this juncture, they're just basically engineering socio-politically, they're engineering culturally, they're engineering people's minds. This is like the whole setup for what's to come. And they will be introducing the technologies that they've created that are going to be what I saw, that they'll be implementing them later on more so, which these technologies are all, I mean, they can see through everything. They can read your DNA. They can harness, they can see through everything, and they know exactly everything about you. So goes into the huge database, their little data bank, and they're working on it like you wouldn't believe. I think that they're going to be shutting down the grid, like I said, the electricity, the internet for a while off and on. And while that happens, I believe that they're going to be tweaking and altering and putting in more censorship software and more spy software. And I think that they're going to be, so they're going to utilize these blackouts, if you will, so that they can implement more technology. And the other thing about this all is that they've been utilizing this too to implement more technology out there in malls all over the place, right? So this is, I mean, they're really busy. And many of them are really busy going to their hiding places and being replaced. And yeah, we have definitely some interesting times, but please just critically think about everything. Critically think for yourself. Don't make it so easy for them to get away with what they're getting away with. I mean, even when you go to a store, I was in a store today, and they said that it was the store's policy that I wear a mask, and I refused to wear a mask. And I said, there is no virus. I mean, what's been created, whatever this con video is definitely manipulated. The V has been created a while ago and unleashed already, as I said. But this right now, yeah, it's not what we think it is. So I refused, and I told people that were working there. They called their manager, and they were going to call security. And all I was doing was talking and saying, hey, like, let's just look at the evidence or lack thereof. You know, I'm not going to wear something, and there's no law. There's actually no law, okay, that says you have to wear a mask. So, you know, there's just the way that the governing rulers work is all based on intimidation. So they intimidate you, get you to believe it, and then you just listen and acquiesce. You know, this is why they wear uniforms. This is why this is all co-scripted. This is all, yeah, literally. It's written. It's been pre-designed, pre-made, unleashed, and you know, it's coming in phases and in parts, and each part gives them more power, more control, more takeover, and their ulterior motive and agendas are being met. They're for the bigger picture, but we need to see the bigger picture. And we need to prepare for what's coming in terms of the economic crash that is inevitable. And it's already here. It's just that they haven't announced it. So they're just like still trying to get people to believe this is all normal and everything's going to go back to normal and we're okay, even though 50% of all of the shops are closed and shut down and, you know, already collapsed. So, you know, we just need a lot of awareness and prepare regardless, because, you know, this is still, we are still just entering the larger picture events that are yet to unfold. And that's going to happen throughout the entire realm in various locations, and it's going to impact everyone. So you don't shut down an entire planet overnight. The numbers don't add up at all. None of this adds up. You know, for the most part, doctors aren't allowed to speak out. Scientists aren't allowed to speak out. Those that are taking a risk. So everything's shut down by force. So try and connect and network and start creating our own reality here and how we want to deal with this and go through this. And not the version that, you know, they're forcing everyone to go through, and resist acting out, giving them a reason why they'll say, well, now we have to do martial law, now we have to do this, now we have to do that, now we are going to be removing people. They probably have been already, but more so. Don't do anything that's going to put you on the radar for what they're setting up, because they want that to happen. So just, you know, try and keep out as much as possible and just prepare and be smart and critically think and share the information with whoever you can share the information with. And yeah, demand what's rightfully yours. And it's time for the reckoning for all those that have been through hundreds and hundreds of years, thousands of years, controlling this all, benefiting those without names, those without identifications, those without that can hide, and to literally have created civilization as we know it. We must take it back, folks. We must. So here is wishing grace and peace on everyone to get through this and the compression as best as we can, to stay together, to unite, to connect, heart to heart, magnet to magnet. Okay, when we connect magnetically to one another from heart to heart, that magnet just grows stronger and stronger. And that is a quantum effect on everything, on time and space. So let's remember that. Let's remember that, and let's grow that together. Sending love to y'all. And I will be making videos as I get time, as there is just, yeah, a lot to cover. Thank you, everyone. Sending love. And sending the hope and the faith that what is rightfully belonging to the children of Eden will come through, because it is the law. Release it. Not let it. Not asking. Release it. All right, everyone. Good night.